so expensive, we're staying at room 13. Usually airy and usually very, and that's just how my life goes. And I don't ever try to dress to impress. Fuck you, preppy asshole. On the 14th floor where the bathroom door don't lock. So happy we don't gotta worry about the cops. We could all get arrested for this, but when the police mix, I don't give a shit tonight. Alright. Now she walks in the bedroom fast, despite all the noise from the crowd. Now she's bedless on the bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on a deed and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 63 of Phired Up, presented by Belly Up Media. You can check them out at bellyupsports.com. You can also check out everything we have going on our website, firedupsports.com. A lot of good stuff going on over there, especially with the Flyers draft. A lot of good Flyers stuff over there right now. I'm Mike Gilletto. Joining me, as always, is Dom Console. Dom, what's going on, man?
What's up? What's up? How are you?
I'm doing just fine. And listen, he's back from his 2-week sabbatical. Chris Lucia, how was Italy?
Our third musketeer over here. Let's go.
Italy was absolutely amazing. We hit Rome, we hit Napoli, we hit Pompeii, Amalfi Coast, all of Sicily, and then we hit Venice. So, it was just a dream vacation.
I'm sure you're just like I was when I came back from LA. You're just fucking depressed to be back here.
Yeah, I was I landed in Philadelphia and I was like, oh, God.
Dude, I can't even imagine because obviously I stayed in the country, but it's a lot different than on the West Coast than it is the East Coast. And I've been to the West Coast a couple times, and you just land back in Philly and you just see the signs and you're coming down the escalator. It's like, welcome to Philadelphia. And it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what it's like from the pictures you were sending us. So
it was ridiculous over there. It was just picture after picture, of wide open space. Nobody's bothering you over there. The only thing I would not recommend is driving over there.
Really?
Oh, it is awful. It is so bad over there.
Is that how you guys got around? Did you rent a car or something over there?
We rented a car in Naples to get from Naples to the Amalfi Coast. That was okay. I did bang the car up. We took insurance out.
Oh shit!
Wow, really?
Is that right? Is that on the right side?
What? Left side. Left side.
Oh, so it's here.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's regular, but going up, that's so tight up the Amalfi Coast. It's so tight up this mountain that you're going into, and I just crashed right into the side. So I took it easy after that. But then when we got down into Sicily, oh my God, it was just mopeds everywhere. There are no lanes. There's 3 lanes with 5 cars lined up across the lanes. People are just driving in between. And they said to us there, they're hey, stop signs are basically a courtessy here.
just a suggestion.
That's like Philly.
We don't really stop at red lights. It's just more of a looking and just keep going sort of thing. I was
you're in Italy. It's art.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
It's an art form. One of the coolest things was I hit the point in Sicily where you could stand. I think it was called Messina, where you can stand and see, you're standing on Sicily and you could see Calabria from across the water. So you could see mainland Italy from Sicily.
So this was the biggest question I couldn't wait to ask you. Food.
Oh my God.
Every action says it all.
Yeah, just crazy. And everything, everybody who told me before going over, oh man, it's gonna 2 pizzas, because there they don't make these super ginormous pizzas. They're medium-sized pizzas. So for lunch,
like a personal pan almost.
Yeah. So for lunch, for me and my wife, we would get 2 pizzas. You have to buy bottled water there. They're not going to serve you the tap there. So like 2 pizzas, straight like a caprese salad, and 2 bottles of water is gonna run you like $20 over there for lunch. I'm like, that's nothing.
No, it's not bad at all.
Over here, I'm paying that like $30 for that.
Yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, and the wine
is probably unreal too.
Yeah, and the wine is so cheap because they don't have to import it. They don't got to hit it with any tax. It's coming straight from like from right there to your plate.
All right, that's awesome. What was your favorite part of Italy? Well, was this your first time over there?
This is my first time.
Okay, what was your favorite part? If you had to pick.
I would say, I don't know. The Amalfi Coast was just relaxing, but like I'm into like the history stuff. So Pompeii was like so cool.
Yeah.
It was so.
And I think I mentioned it before. That's like on the show before you left. It's like south of Rome. It's like an hour south, or
no, it's an hour. It's like about 40 minutes south of Naples.
And Naples is south of Rome, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That day we went, it was like 98 degrees, like straight humidity. It was so hot there, but like the learning that we did was just amazing. Then when we got to Sicily, we did a Godfather tour where they filmed the Godfather on in Sicily, and that was like really cool because they took us into actual towns in Sicily.
Yeah,
where, like the doorways are 5'5", and like they're like this was normal back then. I'm like, all right, I guess I'd fit.
That's funny. Yeah, it is. So I guess we can move on. You kind of get to the sports topics. You mentioned Pompeii. So speaking of things that are up in flames, the Philadelphia Flyers, but Tusk. They had the draft. I guess what was that, Thursday night? Pick Cutter Gauthier, 5th overall. I'm excited about the pick. I don't know if either of you know much about him or what his game is.
He's a goal scorer, right?
He can score goals. I don't know if that's necessarily.
I thought I saw someone that said he had like 34 goals or something.
He had 34 goals in 54 games.
Well, I'll tell you right now, there's not a Flyer on the roster that has 34 goals. So it's a goal scorer to us.
That's true. But I don't know if that's like his label as like a pure goal scorer. Yeah. I don't expect Alex Ovechkin.
Right.
But he's like the one thing that the Flyers have been lacking for so many years is like a guy that's big and fast. Like they have real trouble finding guys that are big and fast. And that's this guy did exactly. but this guy is big and he has skill. He's skilled. He's quick. He uses the body. The only, and I don't even know if it's a downside, but the only question is he a center or a winger? Apparently he could play a little bit of both. He's supposed to be playing. The plan is for him to play center at Boston College this upcoming year. But there's questions on if he could be an NHL center, or if he's going to be more of a winger.
I mean, like, even if he goes, like, he's going to Boston College for the year, so like,
yep.
I think it's what he said, right? He plans on coming out after his freshman year.
Yes, he plans on being on the team after his freshman year. Yeah.
Okay, so even if he struggles, would you still, when he gets here, would you still try it at center or?
Yeah. I mean, the way I look at it is you can never have too many centers.
Yeah. Especially on this team.
Exactly. Like with Couturier's health history, with Hayes' health history. Yeah. Like, yeah.
And then it gets real thin after that.
Yeah. I mean, how much you rely on Morgan Frost.
How does he get paid as a college athlete then? Does he technically get paid?
No, he doesn't sign his entry level contract. So the way in hockey, the way it works is once you get drafted, there's different rules for like Canadian junior players versus college players. The college players, once they sign a contract, you're not allowed to go to school. You have to play in the NHL. So basically, but you have I think 4 years. If you don't sign that contract, I thought it might be 4. It's either
I thought it was 3.
It's either 3 or 4.
I thought it was 3 until you can. So you have to after your 3rd year. I thought maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
It's either 3 or 4, but after the 3rd or 4th year, you are an unrestricted free agent. You can sign with whatever team if you don't sign within the 3 or 4 year window.
So they basically own the rights to him, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yep. And then next year, the plan is after his freshman year, he'll sign the contract with the team, and then once he's signed, he can't go back to school.
And that also means he can play for the Phantoms too, right?
Correct.
When you sign the contract,
I believe so. Yeah.
So say hypothetically he plays his freshman year, he decides, okay, I want to go up to the NHL. The Flyers sign him. If he comes to the camp and they just don't
he's not
think
ready.
he's ready,
yeah,
he can play for the Phantoms.
Yeah, he can play for the Phantoms. Yeah, at that point. Yeah. I mean, the only thing is was that the right pick? I'm happy with it. I probably would have preferred David Juracek, the defenseman. We talked about it last week.
Right.
With Mark, but just because it's just from positional need, and we'll talk about, and I guess we could kind of go into positional need because day 2 of the draft, and this is the kind of the polarizing move of the week, right? You trade 3 draft picks, a 2022 fourth, which is this year, 2023 third, and a 2024 second round pick for Tony DeAngelo's rights, who is a restricted free agent, and this lit the world on fire, the Flyers Twitter world on fire. Yeah, I don't really.
I think
know
it's an understatement.
Yeah.
It was mayhem.
It was absolutely heated. Dave Portnoy put Steph Driver in a body bag. That was fun for whoever paid attention to that saga. But yeah, I mean, Tony DeAngelo is a very polarizing figure. I don't know if you guys are familiar with his past.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know I am.
I don't know if Chris is. Okay. So, God, how much time do we have?
Yeah.
So leading up to his, I guess I'll give you the cliff notes. Leading up to his draft year back in 2016. So
I think he's 26, right?
Yes.
I believe he's 26.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So he's around Chris and I's age. So yeah.
Yes, he's from Sewell, New Jersey. So he's the local kid. But leading up to his draft year, he had a couple incidences in Canadian juniors where he got suspended for homophobic and racist language. He also got suspended for abuse of an official. There was 2 or 3 incidences leading up to his draft year. And then during the draft, he was projected to go in the top 10 because of the issues off the ice. He went, I think, 26th, 27th.
I thought I saw that 19th.
It might have been 19th. I
Yeah,
thought it was a little
19th,
later, but it could have been 19th.
yeah.
It was right around. I know it was later in the draft. He
Midway
did fall,
mid to late first round.
to Tampa. Tampa had him for, I don't remember how long it was, but they traded him to Arizona because they didn't want the headache anymore. Arizona then traded him to the Rangers, and the Rangers kind of carved out a nice little year and a half with them. He put up some good numbers. He was a good player. And then there's this thing that came out where his goalie punched him in the face because they got into an argument because something happened in the locker room. And the day after that, they sent Tony DeAngelo home and they said, "You're never playing for us again. We're going to buy you out. You keep, I think, 1/3 of your money."
So wait, imagine getting punched and then you're the guy that gets fired.
Exactly. And I hate bringing political stuff into sports arguments, but he also gets a lot of flack for being very outspoken Trump supporter. So that you can imagine in today's political climate, that doesn't fly very well with a lot of people. So people shit on him for that. So he's a very polarizing figure. So then the Flyers bring him in, right?
So he went to Carolina.
Sorry. Yeah, he went to Carolina.
This is a big part of
It is. He signed a 1-year deal, $1 million. Basically a prove-it deal. Kept his mouth shut. Had a very, very, very good year with the Hurricanes. And then he was a restricted free agent. So Carolina held his rights. And Carolina didn't want to pay him because I see a lot of people talking about he can't be that good if Carolina doesn't want to pay him. Carolina doesn't pay anybody. They're just a cheap organization. So they didn't want to pay him what he was gonna cost. Then he traded him to the Flyers for 3 draft picks, which is a lot. My only problem with the trade and the signing of $2 million or 2 years, $5 million, is the big problem with Tony DeAngelo is his defensive game. We'll talk about straight on the ice. His defensive game, and you have Rasmus Ristolainen, who's not a great defender, and this team in the past has had trouble defending. So that's the only thing. Fit wise, I don't know if it makes sense. Not to mention, right now after that signing, they are They are negative $100,000 over the cap. So they're over the cap, and the big offseason move was a lot of people speculated to be was Johnny Gaudreau, which doesn't seem like it's going to happen unless they get very creative in the next 2 days.
So I got a question for you.
Okay.
Pertaining to his ability on the ice.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of people say that I don't know him enough on the ice to like have an opinion like you do. So I see a lot of people comparing him to Ghost.
That's the comparison because you look at what they gave up to get rid of Ghost, and then you gave up for this guy. So people are saying, well, you gave up all this just to have Ghost.
Right.
And I don't know if you're finished with your question, but D'Angelo is a better player than Ghost.
Well, no. So that really wasn't more of my question was because I'm seeing very 50-50, like, because you know how, like, this is this is a situation where it's more off the ice than on the ice.
100%.
So like, people tend to like pick on the ice more because they don't like him off the ice.
Yep.
Like you see like people like I've seen it's been very 50-50. I've seen people call him a great puck mover, and then I've seen people call him a horrible puck mover. So it's like, you know, obviously Twitter's not the place to go get your opinion, but
he is a great puck mover.
Okay.
He's a very good power play guy, which the power play last year plus has been awful.
You can get Provorov off that fucking power play.
Exactly. So I thought the plan was to bring Cam York into that power play 1 role. I guess it's Tony D'Angelo now at this point, because that's kind of his specialty. One thing that I will say about D'Angelo that people aren't talking about when it comes to his on-ice ability is he's very physical. He's not a fighter, but he plays with an edge.
He will drop the gloves, though.
He can, he can. But like he's not an enforcer. Not that those exist in the game, but he plays with an edge, and he'll bang you around, which like Ghost never did. Ghost wouldn't touch you, wouldn't go anywhere near you. So you talk about the tougher to play against thing, which is kind of in the theme of the last year plus trying to build this team. I guess he makes you tougher to play against because he's gonna hit you. He's gonna bump the body.
That's what Tortorella kind of wants too, right? Like that's kind of how he leads the team. He wants that bruiser, right?
Exactly, an Italian meets another Italian. There you go. But yeah, exactly. And like people talk about D'Angelo's defensive game, and I think team defense is much more important than individual defense, especially when it comes from like a coaching, like the way the coach strategizes and builds a system and all that. And like I think if you could get D'Angelo to buy in, you could get Ristolainen to buy in, guys that aren't great quote unquote defenders, and you could build a system that allows them to be more structured, and I think it actually could work. I still think there's a lot of holes here in this lineup, but
see that I think that's like the biggest thing. And I tweeted this out. Like, I think that's the biggest thing that I'm most concerned about with this specific trade is because like it seems like the Flyers organization, like the front office, seem like their thought of where the team is going and where like logical fans are thinking. Like, logical fans probably think, like, they should probably just rip this whole thing down and just start from scratch, as where they're still trying to be, in their eyes, a cup contender, but, like, at least a playoff contender. It's so drastic between, like, the logical fans and the front office. Like, I didn't realize how big of a...
they don't want empty seats in the building. Like, they want to make their money. Right.
No, I get that, but would you... But I get that, but, like, I think you and I and other Flyers fans and we'd probably want them to rebuild, right?
Yeah, I said that before, but I mean,
is this guy gonna fill the Wells Fargo Center? Is he gonna sell jerseys?
No,
right? Like what?
Absolutely not.
So what is the end of the day the reason to make this move?
Right. And but also like I think there's such a drastic difference between like what the front office is thinking and what like fans are thinking, and like obviously the fans don't make money to do this for a living, but like we not have a say, but we're the fans, and like
sure.
I just think they traded away 3 picks, you know what I mean? Like, and that's they're crucial picks. Like they're the picks that of the guys that like you got to hit. That's how you build your team.
Yep.
So,
well, Chris just asked a good question. Why make the move? And the reason, maybe not like solely why they made it, but part of me thinks the reason they made it, and it scares me because like he only played 4 games, is Ryan Ellis just isn't ready, and it might not ever be ready.
His career actually might be over.
It might be over. They have no clarity on the injury. 2, they have no idea what's going on with the injury. They don't know what the timetable is. They don't know anything. So they wanted to get another defenseman in here, because they just don't know what their blue line is going to look like. It's specifically Ryan Ellis.
Yeah.
So
I will say this about Tony D'Angelo too. This is the first time. This past week, it was the first time that I heard him speak,
okay.
and like his voice does not look like it comes out of that body. I will say that. That's like one of those things, but
Yep.
yeah.
Is he a natural Flyers fan? Do we know that? Is he...
I'm pretty sure he is. Like I went to high school with his older brother. Played hockey with his older brother as well. My sister graduated with his sister. Graduated high school together. So like we've known the family. They're local. Their family's from South Philly. So I imagine so. I don't know for sure though, but I imagine he is.
I saw on Twitter he like, and it had to be a joke because like somebody's like, so in the past somebody asked him, like, you know, on Instagram you can ask questions or whatever.
Yeah.
Like somebody asked him who's your least favorite NHL team, and he put the Flyers.
Oh, that was
as
years ago.
It had to be. It had to be a joke. But like,
yeah.
I think in his interview he said that this is like a dream come true ever since I was a kid. I've always wanted to play for the Flyers. You know.
Yeah, the family's right from South Philly, so I would imagine so.
Yeah.
But free agency comes on Wednesday, and with this move, I don't know that they can do anything unless you get real creative and trade JVR and Konechny, and then you sign Gaudreau. Maybe. But...
Do you want Gaudreau though? Like I know it's a little bit different for you because you know like you know him, like you played with him and against him, and like
yep.
It's a little bit different, but like in all honesty, like would you with the way that the Flyers are set up right now?
Does Johnny Gaudreau make this? Does Johnny Gaudreau make this team a cup contender? No, not at all.
Right.
Would Johnny Gaudreau make this team more entertaining to watch? Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But for $10 million,
it's not my money.
Right. It's not your money. No, absolutely. I completely agree with that.
If they could get rid of a guy like JVR, would I rather Johnny Gaudreau at $10 million versus JVR at $7 million, which is what he's getting paid? I'll take Gaudreau at $10 million any day of the week.
Yeah, but I don't think you're getting rid of JVR, and
it's gonna be tough.
You're gonna. Well, I don't think you're only getting rid of JVR, like you said. Like I think you have to give up a lot.
Well, you have to because if right now they're right around the cap, and I guess if Ryan Ellis goes on long-term injury reserve at the start of the season, that'll clear up $5 or $6 million.
Does that start on the first day of the season of training camp or the first game?
I believe it's the first game. I could be wrong. It might be training camp. I think it's the first game though. So if he does go on long-term injury reserve, that'll clear up $5 or $6 million. But still, say he, by all miracles, he's healthy, right? And they're right around the cap. Even if you get rid of a JVR, that's $7 million. Gaudreau's going to cost you 10. Where are you coming up with that other 3? I mean, It's got to be a guy like Konechny or Provorov.
Right. And
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think with the way they're set up, you'd rather get rid of Konechny, in my opinion.
Agree, because Provorov struggled the last year or two, but
you need him.
You need him. He eats minutes, and he's a defender where defense is tough. We talked about Ryan Ellis. And he's durable, exactly.
Which is something that the Flyers are allergic to.
Exactly. Konechny's a lot more expendable on this team.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
But it's also like, would I rather go get 30-year-old Johnny Gaudreau or 29-year-old Johnny Gaudreau, or would I have went off and get 24-year-old DeBrincat? But like, you know, I mean, I know you had to give up that number 5 pick, but
yeah, you would have had to give up number 5.
Yeah, no, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
if you're getting a 24-year-old stud who, you know, that's why I just like I don't know. They're a hot mess. See, I was thinking about this today. Like, it's kind of funny how like most of our lives, or really all 3 of our lives growing up, the one franchise that was never like in disarray or like always had their shit together with the Flyers, and like now it's just like they're the 4th franchise in the city where it's just like nobody knows what's going on, and like we always knew what was going on with the Flyers until now, until these last 4 or 5 years have just been crazy.
Yeah, I wonder why. Because like,
They've
I guess you could
all
bring
of
up
our lives.
ownership. No, I know, but I guess you could bring up ownership. But like,
That's what I
Snyder's
think. That's what it is.
Was that
yeah, but
ever since Snyder died?
it's not.
Eh,
Yeah, but when was that? 2011,
16.
12? Was it that late?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, then maybe that is it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like our whole lives up until 2016, or really, I would say like 2012, 2013, like when it started to kind of go downhill.
That series with the Penguins in 2012 was the last high moment of
Right.
the Flyers in
Right.
the last decade.
And it's just, how old were you in 2012, 2013? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what was that? 10 years ago. So I was
I was
16.
20 years old.
Yeah. So for 20 years of your life, the Flyers were the best run organization in this city. For 16 of my, of me and Chris's life, like they were the best run team in the city, and it's just like it's now they're fourth.
Yeah,
You know.
I think you can make an argument that the Eagles were
Eagles,
the
yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
From 1960, well, really from 74 to 2012. I mean,
yeah, but like
they went on a 20-year run where they made the playoffs 18.
No,
of
I'm just talking
20
about
years.
from an ownership standpoint. I mean, Lurie and the Eagles. I mean,
But
the-
you gotta count. Go ahead.
there's just stability there. And they made conference championships year after year.
And a good culture of winning that
yeah,
they
No, I get that.
which so did the Flyers. They were probably neck and neck, but I wouldn't put one above the other.
Eagles rarely have back to back bad years. Like they'll have a bad year, but then they'll have like a mediocre year after that. It's rarely train wreck after train wreck.
You could say that with the Flyers and their Snyder in our lifetime, though.
Oh yeah,
Sure, yeah,
But
absolutely.
but also like I kind of felt like Snyder was way more, and I said this on the show earlier in the year. It just felt like Snyder was more like personal with the fans
Oh,
than
sure.
like than
He was one of us,
Lurie
that's
ever
why.
was or is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the fans don't know Lurie, but the fans know Snyder.
Because he's one of us.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why
Yeah.
that's why I just think there's this connection between the city and the Flyers. Where, yeah, of course, the Eagles, they're 1A and 1B, whatever you want to call them. I completely agree with you guys. It's just, I don't know. I just always felt like the Flyers were, you could always count on the Flyers every single year.
For sure.
Up until 2012. Or after 2012.
Couldn't count them to win it, but
Right. No, they were always in it, though.
Always in it, exactly.
Always. Listen, they made the playoffs from 90, what was it, 4 or 95? I think it was either 95 or 96. They made the playoffs like 20.
96 was it 95 or 96? Now you got me flip flopping, but one of those years they got swept by Detroit in the finals.
97.
97. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it was 90. It was either 95 or 96 where they just went on like 18 of like 21 years where they were just in the playoffs every year, and it's just conference finals and at two or three times, or three times Detroit or going to play Detroit. 97, 04, and against
04,
Tampa.
04 against Tampa in the conference
And then
final. Yep.
08, 09. Or 08. Or was it 07, 08, or 8, 09? Whatever
Which
year that was.
year? Which year you talking about?
They played Pittsburgh.
Oh, the year Pittsburgh won?
Yeah, Eastern
07.
Conference.
07.
Okay,
I believe it was 07.
No. It was 08. It was 07, 08, because 07 they had the first pick, or the second pick. That's when they got JVR.
Okay, yeah.
So then, that's what, so 08.
Because Pittsburgh, I think, also won 07. Was it 08 might have been their
No, they
second
went,
year?
no, 08, 09. They lost in 08 to Detroit, and then they beat
okay.
Detroit in 09.
I knew they went back-to-back. I couldn't remember if it was 07,
played
08,
Detroit
or
in
08,
both.
09. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So 08 they played Pittsburgh in the Eastern Conference Finals. 2010 they go to the
Blackhawks.
they go to the
Yep.
like it's just I don't know, but I agree. I think the Eagles are up there. You guys aren't wrong. It's just I just think when I just think of my childhood, it's always that the Flyers were always just together.
Absolutely. I don't disagree with that at all.
Yeah.
Um.
I think that's why it hurts so much.
Oh, 100%. Like it's I've made the joke that like I have shitty internet and a bad hockey team all because of Comcast.
Right,
So.
there you go. but again, like I can't complain much about the Eagles either. So it's you guys are right. It's 1A 1B, however you want to put it.
Yep. We can move on. I'm just curious what happens Wednesday on free agency day to see if the team can get creative.
Yeah,
because they're gonna have to if they want to do anything. So we can move on. I guess we'll talk a little Phillies. They were losing last I checked to St. 5-1 now. Okay,
Jeez,
it
that's 3-1 last I
it was
saw.
same. It was 3-1 last I saw to St. Louis because apparently they just spent the entire month playing the Cardinals.
Yeah.
It seems like.
It's a weird Monday night game against the Cardinals after playing them Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I saw they were going to Toronto. I thought that series started the night.
Yeah, me too. I thought they were off today, and then they played a 2-game against Toronto, and then off Thursday. But
Yep.
I was wrong.
And then in Toronto they'll be without Real Muto, Gibson, Nola, and Boehm. Even though it sounds like Boehm would have missed tomorrow night anyway, even without the COVID stuff, because he might have broke a finger or two. It seems like, but.
yeah, apparently he turned to the third base coach, and you could hear him. He said, "I think I broke
broken."
my thumb." Yeah, yeah.
Was it the thumb? I don't know.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
But yeah, so he's probably going to be out for a little while. That's lovely.
Yeah. But I mean, listen, it's a shame because he's just starting to get hot again.
Yep.
I think those first 2 games he had 3 RBIs. The first game they won 2-0. He had the two homers.
And then
And
1-0
Yeah.
on the next game.
Yeah. So it's a shame. It's a shame to see him go down because he was playing okay defensively up until that Saturday game, which I don't know if you guys saw. That last inning on Saturday.
He's just so inconsistent at third.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, yeah, he'll have a 3-week stretch where he looks like a Gold Glover, and then another 3-week stretch where he looks lost at third base.
I had someone bring up to me, is it him or is it like a lot of the throws should Reese be able to scoop them out? Like, is it Reese?
He's also thrown over his head, and Reese isn't that tall. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like, should Reese be able to scoop out some of the grounder?
It's probably a combination of both, but a major league third baseman should be able to make those throws.
Oh yeah, of course.
Consistently, at least.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to see like each one. You know what I mean? To determine whether, form an opinion, I guess, whether on whose fault it is. But yeah, I think both of them stink in the field. So that certainly doesn't help.
Are you in or out on Schwarber participating in the home run derby?
Oh, sign me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think it's tough because like you want your guy on the big stage, but like there's the saying where like, hey, it can mess up your swing for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
That's what I'm afraid of. Did you guys see that Pujols he's going to be in the home run derby this year?
I saw.
Oh, really?
I kind of like it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I mean we talked about Pujols last week, didn't we? Though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I love Pujols.
Favorite player of all time.
They should put Miggy in there too. Then, like, they should put Miggy on the other side? Like,
yeah,
they're both in the All-Star game, right? The commissioner picked them.
Yeah, commissioner picked them. Like, does that go on your career though? Like, does that go on your?
I think it does.
Does it?
I think so. Are you asking me if it should, or are you asking me if it does?
Should it?
Yeah, why not? Like they're both first ballot Hall. You know what I mean? Like they're both gonna get in. It doesn't them being on there or not, like them having an extra All-Star thing on their resume is not gonna hurt them or make them or break them. So why not?
You know what I just heard? One of the craziest things that I just heard is that Mike Schmidt was voted into the All-Star game a year after he retired. Did you guys know this?
Really?
Really?
And Hank Aaron was as well. They were voted into the All-Star game as a starter after they retired.
That's some respect.
Didn't Schmitty like retire 20 games in? Was it that year or the year after?
It was that year.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, that makes sense a little bit. Like at least he was playing.
Yeah, he was voted in. That's pretty funny.
That is. Funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
did not know that.
I'm pretty excited though about the Phillies' trajectory right now. Like, it looks like they're finally playing with some heart.
Rob Thompson effect.
Yeah, it is the Rob Thompson effect. I don't know. Are they buyers right now?
Oh God.
Yes. You have to be.
Well, you're certainly not sellers. So the question is, are you a buyer or you stand pat?
Yeah,
exactly.
Stay putters.
You stay putters, exactly. Right now, like there's things to be optimistic about. Since June 1st, they have the 5th best ERA. The bullpen has the 5th best ERA in baseball.
Yeah, I was
2.93.
I was still going on arm even with that.
Oh no, yeah, I don't fully trust the bullpen, but there's optimism there.
Yeah, of course.
Luis Castillo was rumored to be in a deal with somebody. I forget who was talking about him. But the problem is like who's out there to get? Like, do you want another? Who's the guy they got from the Rangers last year? Was it Kennedy? They came over with Gibson.
and Gibson.
Do you want another Ian Kennedy? Like I don't want Ian Kennedy again. Or somebody like him. Like who's out there that's going to help this bullpen? And would you rather a bullpen arm or would you rather a starter? I think they're both needs.
I'd rather a starter. They need a starter. Yeah,
go ahead.
I think Ranger Suarez is just like him and Eflin. Just we need somebody that can bump one of them to the bullpen, because if you're able to get another starter, that solidifies your bullpen because you can move one of those two to the bullpen.
Okay, I see. If I'm going bullpen, I'm going back end. I'm going to try to find a closer or something. Because believe it or not, I don't.
Milwaukee has Hader available.
He has one more year of arbitration, and then I think he's a free agent. He's 26 or 27 right now. I mean, I think it's going to cost a ton. Like that's the thing. Like, believe it or not, like good closers don't cost too much. I think he will cost a lot, and I don't know if the Phillies have enough to get him, and still make other moves. Because I think they, if they're going to make moves, they have to make more than one. Like you said, maybe you get a starter, and then they go out and get another back end guy, and
they
what do you do
still
at third
need
now?
a center fielder. They still need.
I think
Verling.
I think Verling could be the guy. I think he could be the guy.
The guy, no. A guy for a little while, sure, but he's not the guy.
No, not long term, but the rest of the year, I think.
What was that, Chris?
Won't he play third base? He could play third base, right?
Veerling, I don't know enough about.
I think he defensively, I don't think he's there defensively.
Well, who's your third baseman then?
That's what I brought up too. Who what do you do at third base now?
Because Camargo's not back yet, right?
No. So that's why I'm saying I think Verling, he's good enough.
What happened to the dude they had last year, Torres? What's he doing? Is he around anywhere?
He's a free agent, isn't he?
Bring him in.
You gotta hope what he does last year if they're not playing all year.
Sure, yeah. But I thought he was a solid little utility guy last year.
I'm not sure where. Look it up. Look up where he is right now. Because he may be on the team. I do think like Verling's swinging the bat
he's with the Phillies in AAA.
Okay, there you go.
He only played 10 games though, so I wonder if they just signed him recently.
Bring Scotty Jetpacks back up.
Oh God.
Are we still gonna do the Kingery experiment?
So I think Verling is fine in center field right now. I think he's hot. I think he's swinging an okay bat right now, a nice bat. He's making better plays in center field than anybody in this roster. So I think if you have to go get I'd rather go get a third baseman, a starter, and a back end guy. Personally.
Can you get all that with the pipeline the Phillies have? And are you comfortable in giving up the few little pieces in the pipeline that they have? Because this team isn't a contender.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even if you get like an okay relief pitcher, an okay starter, a solid third baseman, are they contenders then at that point? I don't know. Like I'm saying good things, but I don't know if this year is the sell the farm kind of year.
Well, definitely not. They're a little far away from that. If they're in first place in the division, maybe, but they're still got some missing pieces.
I also think it's funny. I heard somebody say today. I laughed out loud. They said there's no doubt that this team could go to the championship to the Pen, the NL championship series, and I like choked on my food a bit, and this was their argument is that they already pummeled the Dodgers, they already beat the Brewers, they already beat the Padres
in regular season games.
Right. The Cardinals, they have no problem with the Cardinals. No, they can beat every team, and I was just like, yeah, but like it's not the playoffs.
Is there a juggernaut in the NL? The Dodgers are always going to come up when you talk juggernauts in the NL. The Mets, they're in first place. They're free falling. The Braves are catching them quick. The Braves are only a game and a half back, so that's going to turn into a real race. The Braves, are very good.
Like it's great that like they beat the Dodgers and the Padres and the Cardinals and stuff, but like they can't even beat the teams in their division.
Right.
Like, we got to get to the playoffs first.
Yeah, you got to beat Miami.
Yeah.
Right. And the Padres are also doing this without their best player, the record that they have.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Tatis still isn't back yet. So.
Right. I just thought it was.
I
funny.
think they could beat the Cardinals. Like the Cardinals are nothing special.
Yeah, they could beat the Brewers. And,
The Brewers
and,
are nothing special either. The teams I'll have trouble with are the Braves, the Dodgers, and probably the Padres. But like other than that, I mean,
And even the
the
Mets.
NL's wide open.
They have struggled against the Mets.
They have
this
struggled
year.
with the Mets, but I think the Mets are beatable. And who knows what happens when DeGrom comes back? But
DeGrom wants to go to Atlanta. I heard.
is this true?
That's what I heard.
in free agency.
Yeah.
That'd be just great for us.
Yeah, you just have DeGrom bouncing teams in the same division, Scherzer bouncing teams in the same division.
Bryce Harper did it.
True, yeah.
Zach Wheeler did it.
Yep,
There you
that's
go.
true.
He got snubbed today.
Yeah. Wow.
He certainly did.
You think?
Yeah.
You guys think?
Yeah.
I think so.
I to be honest with you, I don't know his numbers off the top of my head.
It's like a
But, like-
2.24 ERA or something like that,
Okay.
right?
8-4.
But when I think of All Star, I think of like the first thing that comes to my mind is like I have to think about it. Like does like in my head is he good enough to this year? Like, and it doesn't do it for me. And I'm a stats guy, so like that's kind of weird. So I don't know.
Well, I can tell you the pitchers that got in. And obviously numbers matter, so I don't have the numbers in front of me, but Alcantara for Miami, he's very good.
Who is on my fantasy team?
He's very good, very good.
Dude. My top two pitchers on my fantasy team are the two leading Cy Young guys right now.
David Bednar, I don't even know who the fuck that is. I'll be honest with you.
So that was that. I was actually just going to bring that up when you're finished. So just keep his name.
Okay. Corbin Burns, Cy Young finalist. I'm fine with that. I don't know his numbers off the top of my head, but fine. Luis Castillo, Wheeler's numbers are better. I don't know if any Reds have gotten in other than Castillo. He might be their one guy they need to get in.
Right.
Edwin Diaz, reliever, fine. Max Fried, I don't know his numbers, solid pitcher. Tony Gonsolin, Josh Hader, Ryan Helsley, Clayton Kershaw, Joe Mantiply, I don't even know who the fuck that is either, and Joe Musgrove.
All right. So Zach Wheeler is 8-4 this year with a 2.4 ERA. That's not all-star material, though.
No, I just didn't know his numbers.
So the fact that what I'm getting at right now is it's this damn thing where each team has to have one representative where Wheeler's not in. Because these teams, like, I don't know, who's an awful team this year?
The Reds.
The Reds have to send a player. Or
Who does he play for?
Who's that?
This
Who?
guy. What's his name?
David Bednar?
Yeah.
the Rockies, right? Is he the Rockies?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh.
God
God-awful
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
That's
and,
why. Yeah.
And he's got to make the
Well,
roster.
They're trying to grow. They're trying to grow the game, bro. They're you know.
Yeah, but you're not putting the best players out.
I know.
I've never
I think it's stupid too.
I'm a big baseball fan. I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah. No, I think it's stupid too. I
I
agree.
remember as a kid, like, thinking that it was cool that everybody, because you'd see, like, the Royals, and it would just be always Joakim Soria, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, but I don't know this guy.
Yeah.
Hold on, now I gotta find this guy's stats because this guy could be having like a Hall of Fame type season and we don't even know. So he
Well,
is.
he's got like a 4 ERA.
Is he a starter or a reliever? That would probably help, right? So he's 34 games. Oh, he's a reliever. 34 games, 41 innings pitched. That's probably why he got in over Wheeler, right? That they're going reliever, I guess. But he's got a 2.63 ERA.
That's great for.
Pretty damn good, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Wow, he's actually. Yeah, man. I don't know.
2.63 ERA.
Yeah, no, that's great for a reliever.
All
This guy's great, guys.
Now I feel dumb.
Great for
What
him.
about?
Go
Let's go to Luis Castillo and look at his stats because I know for sure. I'm not for sure, but
No,
I'm pretty
he's
sure
got it.
Wheeler's.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Wheeler's numbers are better.
You gotta be. Trying to grow the game, bro.
3 and
Everybody
4.
gets in.
3 and 4 with a 2.92 ERA.
Love
All
that.
right. That's
Who's
great.
the other pitcher for Cincinnati?
Male.
Yeah. What the fuck? What's up with him? Why doesn't he get in?
I don't know. It's a good question. Oh, jeez. ERA is a 4.48.
All right, never mind. He was having a good year at one point.
He was very good first month or two of the season.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's our All-Star talk. Ryan.
There's really nobody else the Reds could send.
No, I mean, was Votto still there? Does he still play?
Yeah.
What's he up to?
Not much.
What's it like? Votto, the catcher. Oh, the catcher's there. The catcher made the Stevenson. Didn't he make the All-Star team?
Did he?
I think so. I could have made that up, but I thought I saw his name. It'd be nice if I had it in front of me.
All right, hold on. Before you do that, we like to do our baseball trivia. Name the 2022 Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, God.
Stevenson, Votto. Who the fuck's that second baseman? India.
Yep, in India.
Moustakas plays. Is he starting at third? I don't even know. He
He's
might be the DH.
DH. Yep.
Okay. Who plays third? That weird name, shortstop. Ren.
No.
No?
Nope. I've never heard of the shortstop. I'll be honest.
Okay. Who is it?
Kyle Farmer.
Okay. Yeah, outfield. God forbid. Is Naquin there?
Naquin's still there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Who plays center field? I got a pitcher, Luis Castillo.
I got Molly.
There you go.
There are two pitchers. Yep.
I don't even know. I think Stevenson made the All-Star team, didn't he?
I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest
Okay.
with you. But anyway, Stevenson, Votto, India, Farmer, Brandon Drury at third.
Drury. He's having a good year, too. He's on my fantasy team. I can't
Tommy Pham in left.
There you go.
Nick Senzel in center. Naquin in right. Moustakas DH. And
They're
then
really
the
bad.
pitchers, Male, Hunter Green, Luis Castillo, Graham Ashcraft, which sounds like a made-up name.
God.
Mike Minor, and Vladimir Gutierrez.
They fucking stink.
Yep.
They're really bad.
Yeah, that's why I told you couldn't have got the 2022 Cincinnati Reds.
Okay, let's see. I have it in front of me.
Oh, I have the roster in front of me. Hold on, let me see.
I guess you did.
Contreras. Well, that's a starter.
Let's starters. It's starting out.
It's okay, D'Arno. All right.
I thought for some reason I thought he made it. I don't know why.
I don't know. You guys got anything else about the Phillies before
They
we
should.
move on?
They should. If they're gonna real quick. If they're gonna think about getting center field, I think Ian Happ could be a cheaper guy to put in center field.
I don't know what his numbers have been. I love.
He's an
the
all-star.
hype. Is he? I
Yeah.
love the hype of Ian Happ. If 3, 4, 5 years ago, I don't know what he's done the last couple.
He's still young too. I think he's.
If he's an all-star, why could you get him cheap?
Well, I just think they stink. I don't think. Yeah. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't,
but somebody's going to
looking-
pay for him if he's an all-star. Like,
maybe not cheap. I just don't think you have to sell the whole team to get Ian Happ.
Okay.
Is what I mean.
I got you. I'd be interested in Ian Happ.
I think he's good defensively.
Is he more of a
He's got a
third
good bat.
baseman?
He plays everywhere.
Does he? Okay.
He I think that the Cubs team he played center field. Those Cubs that World Series team.
Yeah,
Right.
Pretty sure he played center field. So that's all I got for the Phillies.
I'm good on the Phils.
84 games played, 8 home runs, 276 batting average. So there you
It's
go.
not bad.
40 RBIs.
He's a leadoff hitter.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'll take
All right,
that.
we can move on. Dom, you teased the trivia last week.
Yes.
Tell me about this epic trivia segment that I couldn't
All
do
right.
by myself because you had no faith in me. So
I just
So
don't
go
want to hear
ahead.
you bitch. That you had to do it by yourself and this, that, and the other. All right, so I'm actually it's gonna be a little bit longer. I think it's a two-parter because I wanted to do two different trivias. Like I wanted to have one this week and one last week, but I really wanted Chris to be there for the one from last week. I kind of teased it. Last week was like a 4th of July thing we were going for. It was obviously the day after we recorded. So there's a theme to this one. It's got to do with the 4th of July. So what better movie than the only night game of the year, The Sandlot?
okay.
So
All right.
it's the Sandlot trivia.
All right.
So
I haven't seen Sandlot.
So are you happy that I waited for Chris?
Kind of, yeah. Like I know the movie and
Of
I've
course.
seen it. I've seen it a million times, but it's been so long.
You know
since
the
I've seen
movie. you know the movie, but you know me more. So like my questions are gonna be hard as shit.
Exactly.
So, all right. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions.
8 questions.
Yep.
All
And then
right.
like I said, I have another trivia thing that has nothing to do with the Sandlot. So.
Oh, so there's 2 trivia. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Go ahead.
That's what I said. It's gonna take a minute.
That's fine. We
all
got
right.
time.
So all right, you boys ready?
Yep.
All right. First question. Benny asks Smalls if he has ever. I'm sorry. Benny asks Smalls if he had ever had what job so he could throw the baseball better.
Paper route.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is
Right?
correct. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
1 for 1.
I didn't know if you guys wanted to like talk about it.
I was so confident. Sorry, Chris, but I was so
No, you're
confident.
All right. Next question. What is the dog in Mr. Myrtle's backyard named?
Is it the first name or that they call him, or what his actual name is? Because they call
him the Beast,
and then Hercules
is his real name, correct?
Okay.
So we got both answers right.
All right. Yeah. So I was going Hercules. I was going Hercules.
Yeah.
All right, so next question. How many kids did Squints and Wendy Peppercorn have at the end of the movie?
Oh. Oh God. I don't know. Like I remember him saying we had so and so.
Yeah, so Squints, him and Wendy Peppercorn get married and they own Vincent's drugstore. And they have how many kids?
I want to say it's like a lot. Like 11 is for some reason came up in my mind. But I'm probably
like shit.
I don't remember. Nah, it's probably not that. I have no idea.
8. I'll go 8.
Yeah, let's go 8. I'm cool
8
with that.
Final answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Off by 1, 9.
9. Okay. So I had a feeling it was a big
You
number.
know what? That's a good ode to baseball too. I guess
Yeah.
that's what we were trying to do there.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, so next up, the Babe visits Benny the Jet Rodriguez in his dream. What baseball card does he pick up and ask Benny if he can keep?
Oh. I don't remember that.
So
I remember the scene.
Yeah, so he walks in, he looks at the baseball card. He basically tells him he has to jump the fence to get the ball.
Yeah.
And heroes get remembered and legends never die.
Never die. Yep.
Dude, I'll get that fucking tatted on me.
It's
He
a hell
walks
of a
in.
quote.
Yeah, as he's walking out, he grabs the card. He said, "Oh, so and so, mind if I keep this?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he basically says, "I don't know why I want to keep this, but can I keep it?" And yeah, and then he walks in, and then he says, "Remember, kid, heroes never die, or heroes get remembered, legends never die."
Like, I remember because he puts it into like his back pocket. I think.
Yeah.
Hank Aaron.
I can't come up with a name, but I want to say it's a more obscure person. But yeah, let's go Hank Aaron. I'm cool with that.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
It is the home run king, Hank Aaron.
There you go. Okay.
My home run king. Yep, Hank Aaron. He looks at it, he says, because this is about like 10 or 12 years before Hank Aaron breaks the record. And obviously this movie came out in the 90s. He broke it in the 70s. So he says, it takes place in the 60s. So he says, "Oh, you mind if I keep this? I don't know why I like this kid." Okay, so what position does Benny put Smalls at when he first enters the Sandlot?
Left field.
I was gonna say outfield. I don't remember specifically what part in the out. Yeah, I guess it would have been left field. I wasn't right. I don't think I was gonna say left or center. I'm gonna go left.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Technically, it is left field, but what he says is, he says, "All right, go play left center," and he runs to left field. He said, "No, that's left field. I said left center," and he runs to left center. So technically, he tells him to play left center.
But he went to left.
And then he says, "No, that's left.
Okay.
I said left center." So he goes to left center.
All right, I don't remember I don't remember that exact quote, but that's what I was gonna say. I don't think it was left, but I didn't think it was center. And left center makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, what is Kenny D. Nunez's famous pitch called? He says, "Blank blank, I dare you to hit it."
Stinky cheese.
Is that your final answer?
I have no idea. That doesn't sound right, but yeah, go for it. I have nothing else.
It is not. It is called the heater. Okay. So at the end of the movie, you know when they say that Squints marries Wendy Peppercorn and they have nine kids.
Uh-huh.
They say De Nunez, he grew up to play AAA, never made it to the majors, but he coaches his son's little league team called the Heaters, and he also calls his pitch the Heater.
Okay.
We got two more here. Finish the quote. Now it's said by two different people, or three different people rather. She don't know what she's doing. She don't know what she's doing. Finish the quote.
Huh.
Benny says this part. So the brothers.
Oh, this is
the one
Yeah,
brother
I
says
got the
she don't know what
brothers.
she's doing. She
Yeah.
don't know what she's doing. It's at the pool.
and he goes, "Oh, she knows what she's doing." Something. It's when she's putting on the suntan lotion.
Yep.
Oh, she knows what she's doing. I can see that.
Need a final answer here, boys. Is that your
Yeah,
final answer?
Let's go with that. I got nothing better.
I'll give it to you. He said so. It's she don't know what she's doing. She don't know what she's doing. No, she knows exactly what she's doing. I say this about 100 times a year. Okay, I'll give it to you guys. All right, last question. Or I'm sorry, there's actually two more, rather. How did Mr. Myrtle lose his vision?
Ooh. I don't remember.
Played by the great
James Earl
Jones.
James Earl Jones,
Yep.
right? Yep. I don't. Dude, it's been so long since I've seen this movie.
You gotta watch it, man.
I'm gonna have to now.
I'm sure your kids would really like it too. Maybe they're a little young. But
Yeah, they wouldn't like it.
maybe in a couple years.
Yep, I tried to get them to watch Miracle like a couple weeks ago. It didn't work out very well.
It has to do with playing baseball, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm blanked.
All right, you guys give up?
Yeah, I think so.
Gets hit by a stray pitch in the eye, and the lights went out.
Okay, I mean, I guess it's kind of obvious.
Okay, last question. If you guys want to do this one, I was just gonna say if you can name
Sure.
each position.
Like who plays?
Yeah, first base, second base, third, shorts. You got left field. Like left center was a little nuts. You got left field and Smalls.
Catcher is Ham, right?
Ham, yep.
Yep. I already gave you another one too.
Squints is what, second?
I don't remember this at all.
It's so funny because like these questions I made them up and like I just fired them in. I know
I don't remember at all.
Yeah was in right field. This is hard.
It is hard.
Yeah.
Because I never really paid attention to where they were on the diamond.
I'm telling you that second to last scene where it gives it all away.
Yep, where they're fading away
Yeah.
off the.
All right, you guys want me to give it to you?
Yeah.
All right,
We'll be
so
here
you
all
got
day.
you got pitcher De Nunez, catcher you got Ham, you guys got that. First base is Timmy Timmons, the older brother.
Yep.
Second base is Bertram. Bertram got really into the '60s and nobody ever saw him again. Timmy, I'm sorry, yeah, played third. He went to boot camp or whatever. Shortstop was Benny, obviously played for the Dodgers. Left field was Smalls. He became the commentator for the Dodgers. Center field, Squints, obviously married Wendy Peppercorn, had 9 kids, owns Vincent's Drugstore. Right field is Tommy Timmons, the little brother. So Timmy and Tommy Timmons grew up and they became an architect and a construction worker or whatever. And they created mini malls. And then Ham, I said catcher, he became a professional wrestler. And then I told you, De Nunez, he went to AAA and didn't make it. And
Dom, I'm setting the over under at 500,000 and a half. How many times have you seen this movie over under?
Oh, it's way over. It's way over, dude. When I was like 11, I was like the last year I got an Easter basket and the Sandlot was in it, and I probably destroyed that CD.
I'm gonna have to watch it now. I'll watch it tomorrow.
Dude, it's legit like one of those kids movies that you watch as an adult, like, and it still be like,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm like that with the original Space Jam.
Okay.
I could watch that.
Space Jam's awesome. I tried watching it like when the new one came out. I tried like going back to just see if it still held up. There's got
It's a
some
little
elements of
outdated.
corny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Just
it's a kids
smidge.
movie, so I guess it's supposed to be.
Right.
But it's still a great movie. I
Like
agree.
I'd still watch it like
Yeah.
all the way through, but
It's still
Alright.
way better than LeBron's Space Jam. That's for sure. Way better than that.
You mean you don't like Algae Rhythm?
No, I didn't like that movie at all. I thought it was.
I didn't see
terrible.
it. So, all right. So you guys ready for the second trivia
Sure. Yeah.
segment here? Okay. So it's going to be another timed one.
Okay.
I'll give you guys 3 minutes because last time I think I gave you 2 minutes and you guys blew right through it. But this might be a little bit harder. All right. So technically there are 14 cities that have a 4 for 4 city. There's 2 of them are a little iffy, but we're gonna go 14. So there are 14 cities that are 4 for 4 cities. Can you guys name all 14 in 3 minutes? Ready? Go.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, New York has to be right.
Yeah.
Yep. You got
New York.
Philadelphia, New York.
Minnesota.
That's a
Correct.
good yeah. Okay.
Chicago.
Chicago's
Correct.
a good answer.
Detroit.
Correct.
L.A.
Boston.
Boston. Yep.
Does that count with New England? Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Patriots I would think would count. L.A.
Correct.
Houston.
No, they don't have hockey.
Nope.
No.
Um,
Dallas.
Does Arlington count in
The
that?
Rangers.
The Rangers.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Rangers
Do
do
they-
play in
do-
Dallas.
Do they play in Dallas? I thought it was Arlington now, or
Well,
it used to be maybe.
Well,
Same
the
thing?
Cowboys play in Arlington too.
Oh, do they? That's weird.
Yeah.
I guess the same thing. The Giants and Jets playing.
So you got
Jersey.
4 left. Or I'm sorry, 5 left. So it was
Yeah.
actually 15, not 14.
Not Tampa Bay.
Denver.
Denver's 1. Yep. Got 4 more.
Um,
I'll tell you this one city. So there's 2 cities here that are like a little weird.
Miami.
That's one of the weird ones because
They're
They're-
technically playing Sunrise.
right,
The
like
Florida Panthers. Yeah.
right, but like some people consider it Miami still. So I just put it on the list. All right, you got 3 more. There's another weird one.
Golden State. Which would
Where
be
do they play?
San Francisco.
Yeah, that was the other weird one. San Jose
Are you
doesn't.
counting San Jose? Okay.
Right, so it's a San Francisco / Bay Area.
Okay. So how many we got left?
Technically isn't a city, so I don't know why it's on the list. We have 2 more. You have a minute 11 left.
Washington D.C.
Yep. I was gonna say one of them is a rival in most sports.
Does Carolina have a basketball team?
They do,
Charlotte.
but that's not one of them because I think the Hurricanes play in Raleigh,
When they don't have a
Oh,
baseball.
true.
They're also not-
and they don't have baseball. Right.
True. they
Atlanta.
have baseball.
Atlanta.
Nah, Atlanta doesn't have hockey.
Oh yeah.
Toronto? Nah, right? Toronto?
No, they don't have
They
football.
don't have
They don't have
football,
football.
obviously. Yeah, duh.
You
Okay.
got 30 seconds.
Fuck, is getting tough.
Wow. I hope you guys didn't say this. If it is, then you guys get it. But all right, you got 20 seconds.
I'm thinking Ohio.
Cleveland.
Nope, don't have hockey.
Cincinnati.
Don't have hockey.
I didn't know if you were counting Columbus.
10 seconds.
Fuck.
It's a West Coast, or so it's in the Western. 3.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix. Yep, you got it.
Is that our
1
last
second left.
one?
Yep,
Shit.
you guys got it just in time. So, all right, yeah,
Okay.
that was the trivia.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
There you go.
so
Even though there's a few on that list that don't play in the same city, like the Coyotes don't play in Phoenix.
right, it's weird.
That's why I
Like,
didn't say 'em.
the Cowboys play in Arlington.
Right.
The Washington teams, they play like I think
All over.
or at least the Commanders don't play in Washington. Like
Yeah, they're playing like Maryland, right?
I think it's Virginia.
New
Is it-
York.
What is it?
They play in New Jersey.
Right, New York. Yeah, plays in Jersey.
Yeah, right. I think there's only like 4 or 5 that actually play in their cities on that list. Like Philadelphia, all our teams play here. Detroit, I think all their teams play in Detroit. Chicago.
L.A.
Yes. Well, LA's weird because like LA County is like so the way they do it is so fucking weird. But like the Dodgers play in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
The Kings play in Los Angeles.
The
But the football team technically doesn't play in they play in LA County.
Right.
The Rams. I drove by that, dude. Honestly, it's not as big as you think it is. Like at least from the highway, it doesn't really look like it looks like it would be like this gigantic spaceship on TV. Like, kind of didn't really like impress me much.
Yeah, well, listen. Speaking of football, we can move on. There really isn't much Eagles to talk about. We're kind of in the offseason just waiting for things to happen. But we've, Dom, you thought it'd be a good idea to kind of drum up some football
talk.
Conversation.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go around and give 3 positives and 3 negatives, or upside, downside to this upcoming season. I don't know who wants to start it, but let's have some football talk.
Yeah. So, dude, I like the last couple of days I've had the itch. I've had the itch of just sitting on my couch on Sunday and doing nothing all day and just watching football.
Absolutely.
Trying to get some Eagles conversation in here. Training camp starts in a couple weeks. I feel like our positives and negatives are going to be
Very
pretty similar.
Yeah.
So I guess we could just kind of talk about those things. But who? You know what? Let's go, Chris. You go first. Give me. Who do you want to go first? Positive or negatives?
I'll go positives.
All right. Give me yours.
The depth on the team,
Okay.
offensive line, and the pass rushers.
Okay.
I also had offensive line.
Did I.
Their offensive line is great. I mean, they're a top 3 offensive line in football when all healthy.
What else you got?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, for positives?
Yeah.
Weapons all over the field for Hurts. Right? Trade for A.J. Brown. You have Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, another year of just weapons all over the field. And then my other one is kind of goes along with the pass rush. The Eagles finally did something we've been yelling from the rooftops for 4, 5, 6, 7 years. They finally addressed linebacker.
Yeah.
You go out and get Kazir White. You go out and get Hassan Reddick. Draft linebackers. Like, they finally did it.
Draft linebackers. Come on, man. Drafted by Kobe Dean.
Yeah.
Come on. Not just
exactly.
That dude has a chance to be a real leader on this team. But go ahead, Dom. What's yours?
Yeah. So I actually have an article coming out. Hopefully tomorrow. I'm just putting finishing touches on it. Just my kind of like my key spots that I think that the Eagles, that really helped this team this year. And again, all 3 positions have been said: offensive line, the receiving core, and linebacker. I was looking today at Kazir White's stats. Yes, from last year. Jesus Christ! If he has this kind of year, he is going to be. They're just gonna splurge on him, and he's gonna be absolutely loved like Brian Dawkins. Maybe not like Brian Dawkins. I'm overstepping it, but he's going to be loved like Jeremiah Trotter, like any other great linebacker. If you have a chance, pull up his stats, Mike.
Oh yeah, he has a ton of tackles and interceptions, right?
So he has 2 picks, which is a good amount for a linebacker. Yeah, 2 interceptions. I think he had 90 solo tackles. And 140 tackles, maybe?
Yeah.
143, something like that.
He's a tackle.
So, dude, he doubled everything from the year before. If he has this kind of year here,
total tackles?
Total tackles 143, right?
120.
120, okay.
The question is why?
The year before that was 72.
Why did the Chargers just let him walk?
Because they went out and got Khalil Mack. What's his name? They got another defensive linebacker. I forget who it is, but they went out and they spent money. But I'm telling you, man, it's
we got J.C. Jackson. That was
yeah,
what we were thinking.
who I think is
Overrated. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, if he has this kind of year here, like, he's gonna be loved by this city. So, and then you have Nakobe Dean, like you said, run stopper, sideline to sideline guy, and just could be a leader. You know, a steal in the third round.
Yeah.
So those are my positives too.
All right. Unfortunately, we have to do it. Chris, give us your negatives.
Defensive backs. Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
And just consistency with play calling.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those are good ones. I mean, mine are pretty similar, and I don't know if negatives. I think it's more question marks than negatives.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Like secondary, you go out and make good signs, right? You get Bradbury, you get Tart, but do they fit? With this defense, and I had secondary still a question as a negative on mine too. And Jalen Hurts, we all don't think he's very good. But can he progress? And who knows? And then my third one is, and maybe kind of an under the radar, kind of quote unquote negative, but I'm not in love with Miles Sanders, and I think his talent is still in question, and so is his future. Like he's on his last year of his deal, right? So
he will not be back after.
I agree. I don't think he will be either, because he's a guy that, because he has the raw ability, I think somebody will pay him, but it shouldn't be the Eagles.
No, I wouldn't.
So I'm gonna disagree with a little bit of what you said. I think he does have the talent. Like I think he does have the ability, and I think he does. I just think he has too many other problems. You know what I mean? Like I think he has the ability to be a 900 to 1,000 yard running back. I do.
I think he has the ability. I think that he's got two giant question marks though, and that's fumbling and health.
And health. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Like those two things.
But you said that you didn't think he was. He
has a talent, but I'm talking about his overall game. I'm not in love with. I think he has talent. His raw talent.
His interview.
I did not.
He said about the All-Star team that it's an All-Star team. But did you hear he also said they asked him about himself, and he did take some self-accountability and said that he needs to be better. But then he threw it back. He gave like an underhanded jab at Nick Sirianni. He's like, but I also need the opportunity to show.
He's right, though.
I hate that argument because, show that you deserve more opportunity first.
That's where I live. Like, you fumble way too much for me to give you the ball on the goal line.
Exactly.
How much did he fumble last year? Can you pull that up?
1 second.
I know he finished with no touchdowns.
Yeah.
Which is wild. I know he's hurt for a stretch, right?
Pull up his stats real quick. And
yeah, I got you.
How many go week by week on the carries too, as well as how many fumbles did he have in the year? I just want to see something.
All right, we're talking regular season. You want to? All right, so
just rattle off the first 5 or 6 carries.
Starting the season or finishing the season?
The
beginning of the season or
didn't he get hurt? Was he hurt early in the year?
In the middle of the year, I think.
Okay, so yeah, wherever you want to go.
All right, let's start at the beginning of the year. He had 15 attempts for 74 yards.
Just do attempts. You don't even have to give me yards.
All right, 15 attempts, 13 attempts, 2, 7, 11, 9, 6, 16.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay.
So I don't think you can succeed with two carries, 7 carries. You know what I mean? I get this team, and at that point the team was trying to throw the ball and they were forcing it. But you look at a guy like Gainwell, who was getting 5 or 6 carries, which for a rookie running back, that's pretty good. So listen, I understand what you guys are saying. I agree.
Also,
you have to earn those carries.
You know what? Hold on. You know, he only had 1 fumble last year.
Yeah. No, he
didn't catch the ball though. He can't catch the
ball. He can't catch the ball unless it's right here, right at his chest. He doesn't catch the ball. I agree. I'm not saying they should pay him, but I think he has the talent, and I don't think they use him enough.
Yeah, he had 26 catches in 12 games last year.
And that's the thing. It's a problem. If the ball is not at his chest, he doesn't catch the ball, and that's an issue. Definitely. I'm not sitting here saying we should pay the guy, but I also think that he deserves more of an opportunity as well.
Could you imagine if Westbrook played now?
He'd probably be the best running back in the league.
He'd be a Hall of Famer right now.
Yeah.
But
that's all the running back you need from them nowadays. do a little swing out, dump it off to him, and let him do his thing.
So I got my negatives here.
Okay.
So I went a little bit more specific because I think Bradbury and Slay are going to be fine, and Maddox in the slot is going to be good. I went more safety. Again, it's just a question mark. It's more than negatives, like you guys said. Obviously, I have quarterback as well, Jalen Hurts. And then this one might surprise you guys. Again, it's not a negative. It's just a question mark, and I'll explain why. The defensive line. Now, I think Hassan Reddick comes in. He plays outside linebacker, defensive end kind of thing where he stands up and instead of, Chris and I talked about that before. But I think Fletcher Cox, the way he came off of last year, was not great. I think Brandon Graham, a year older, as much as I love BG, a year older, coming off a serious injury, that's a question mark. I think Josh Sweat only being able to be a sack guy, a third down guy, is a question mark. I love what I see from Jordan Davis. Like, I think he's got the ability. He's had some question marks coming into this year. I don't think they're serious. Javon Hargraves had a career year. But can he repeat that? Because I don't think he's ever had a year even close to what he did last year. So is he that guy? I think there's a ton of question marks on the defensive line. I do.
Barnett.
I think that's fair.
That?
Barnett with his
Derek Barnett. I mean, and look, they're going to do a lot of what the Eagles do. The rotations, is going to help each guy. But I just think there are so many question marks, which I just named. The Fletcher Cox with the year he had. The Brandon Graham coming off the injury, a year older. Derek Barnett's a head case. Josh Sweat can only play the sack downs. He's horrible against the run. Can Hargrave be that guy? It's not just one or two things; it's 5 or 6. So
that's totally fair.
I think that's a question mark more than a negative.
No, that's definitely fair.
Yeah, that's all I got.
I can't disagree with any of that.
Did you guys happen to see Derek Gunn's tweet today?
I did not. No.
So he said that. Dom, do you want to rattle off?
I don't. I actually just dropped my phone.
Oh, I'll look it up.
I dropped my phone halfway through that. Me ripping the defensive line.
All right, so I have his Twitter up here. What was this in reference?
It was about Hurts, right?
Yeah, it was that their team's not really happy with him.
Yeah, but we've seen that the last couple. It
was Derek Gunn. Are you sure it was Derek Gunn?
Yeah. He might not have tweeted it. It might have been an article on Twitter.
It's something about the 10-play series.
Yeah.
In the 10 plays, he threw 3 interceptions, got sacked 4 times, and it was something like
incompletions.
That.
Yeah, incompletions, interceptions, and sacks.
The last tweet I see from him is July 6th.
Maybe he deleted it because he got roasted, and this is where I was going to bring up my next point. I love A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
Did you see A.J. Brown's response to that?
Yeah.
So A.J. Brown goes out and he says, that practice stuff about Jalen is fake. Y'all tweet and believe anything. How can you get sacked on a 7-on-7? There isn't any rushers. Then he goes in, in a 10-play series, Jalen threw 3 touchdowns to me. Donovan McNabb and T.O. fought the other 4 plays. Vince Papali came out of retirement had the other 3 receptions.
Wow. I didn't see that part.
Yeah,
I saw the first part where he said, all these people talking or whatever about the you can't get sacked 7-on-7 or whatever.
Yeah,
but I did not hear that part.
Jalen threw 3 touchdowns to me. Donovan and T.O. fought the other 4 plays, and Vince Papali came out of retirement and had the other 3 receptions. Just like that, I just love that right there.
That's fantastic.
And then apparently Lane Johnson replied to it and said #truth.
But you technically you can get sacked 7-on-7 you're
trying. You whistle, you blow the whistle.
Yeah. So listen, do I believe some of it? Sure. I don't think the Eagles are all in on Jalen Hurts. They have to be right now. But what were they doing 4 months ago when they called Russell Wilson and they called Deshaun Watson? They're going to try to upgrade, but they're also not going to overpay or rush it. They're playing it smooth and I don't think they think he's the guy, but right now he is, and I think there's some truth to that. But also, how much have we seen things not come uncovered, but it was like this big thing that would happen, and then like some of it just wasn't true. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't know what I believe.
And one thing I do know is like, whether you're good or bad. I mean, I guess you could tell more if you're bad in practice, but like, if you're good in practice, I don't care. Like, you're supposed to.
Yeah,
there's nobody like rushing you.
Well,
You're supposed to look good.
Well, I always think
I just
we
don't.
went to that training camp.
I just don't put a lot of stock into practice. Like, I just don't.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me, but
well, I was gonna say, remember a couple weeks ago I brought up, the 2-minute drill, and he ran out of bounds with no time left. Yep. I mean,
yeah,
Well,
that's why I think you could take a lot more out of looking bad in practice than looking good.
Sure, but they're saying you look bad.
Sure. Yeah. No. I'm responding to the Jalen Hurts or not Jalen.
Okay.
AJ Brown saying he. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I still can't find the Derek Gunn thing, so he might have deleted it.
I thought it was something that he said like to somebody and they tweeted it. I don't know. Maybe he did tweet it. But I did see like something on Twitter.
You guys got anything else for the Eagles before we get out of here?
It's not Eagles related, but have you guys seen the Zach Wilson thing going on?
Yeah.
The only thing I know about Zach Wilson is he has a hot mom. That's all I know.
That's all you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened?
So, all right. He's dating this girl for however long. I think they were high school or college.
Yeah.
They've been together for a while. And they eventually break up, and she starts dating his best friend.
Wait. I think I did see this.
Yeah, so he starts dating the best friend, or she starts dating the best friend, who he grew up from like peewees with, like played like from like 4th grade to like college. They played there was a receiver. He was the quarterback. This guy, what's his name, Dax Miller or something? Or,
yeah, it's a receiver.
He was his receiver growing. I think Miller's on the Commanders practice squad or something, and obviously Zach Wilson is the quarterback for the Jets. So this dude Dax Miller starts dating Zach Wilson, his best friend's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. Then she posts on Instagram, I guess this past weekend or something, a picture of them, and somebody commented on it and said "homie hopper," like they called her a homie hopper.
I saw this.
So she commented back that the real homie hopper was Zach Wilson, who banged his mom's best friend.
No, his best friend's mom.
Oh, I thought it was his mom's best friend.
Was it?
Yeah, because I saw something today that it was like apparently like his mom posts like every hour on social media, and she went dark apparently. So it's I believe it's the mom's best friend that he banged.
I'm looking it up. Hold on.
Yeah. So bangs the mom's best friend, and I just think it's funny. Like he went from like
She said that Wilson was sleeping with his mom's best friend.
Yeah.
That's the real homie hopper.
Yeah. Dude, he's from Utah.
He's living life. You know what? I can't blame him. That's great. I love it.
Went from Mormon to more moms.
Yeah, I love it.
God forbid.
I'm trying to think how I could make that a title of this episode.
Mormons to more moms.
Mormons to more moms. Oh God, that's great. I'm ready to get out of here. You guys got anything else?
I just thought that was fucking hilarious.
God, that is funny.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
I'm good.
That's hilarious.
I'm upset you don't have a team for us, but
I gave you the 20. I do have to do who am I? I gave you the 2022 Cincinnati Reds.
It's been like
but
a month since who I am.
Hold on. I'm just gonna type in a random team.
Real quick, we'll fire it in real quick.
Yep.
Chris, I don't know if you listened last week, but I struggled without you. So, we had what was the Angel? 2011 Angels. I think the Twins, the 2006 Twins. I think I got most of them.
All right, the 20 is gonna be tough. I think I don't know. The 2015 Texas Rangers.
Josh Hamilton.
No, he was on the.
Yeah, he was there.
DH.
Hamilton was in left.
Left. Okay. Odor at second.
Odor was at second.
Was that the year he got punched, or he punched Batista?
It's probably right around there. Yeah.
Or that was 2017, I think. Ian Kinsler? No, he's Detroit by that point.
Andrews.
Elvis Andrews was shortstop.
Prince
Yep.
Fielder at first.
Prince Fielder was DH.
DH. Oh, Beltray at third.
Yep, Beltray at third.
Sin-Soo Choo.
Yep, he was in right.
Right. Okay. Was Gomez in center?
No.
Is the center fielder like known?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say so. It hasn't had the most illustrious career, but sure.
Did we get the first baseman yet?
No.
No.
Is it Gallo?
No. Gallo was on the bench at this point, though. He was 21 years old.
Was Napoli the catcher?
No.
Ionetta?
Nope.
I'm just naming.
Nope and nope.
Mitch Moreland.
Mitch Moreland was the first.
There you
baseman,
go.
Yes.
See, we're so much better as a team. Doing this. Trying to think of that center fielder.
So you're missing the catcher, center fielder.
No, I thought it was Mitch Moreland.
Like, Mitch Moreland was the first baseman.
Oh, thought he was a catcher.
Delano DeShields.
He was the center fielder.
Center
Correct.
fielder. Okay, I didn't think he was there yet.
He was 22 years old this year.
I'm not going to get the catcher. It's not Napoli. I'm not getting the catcher.
You've heard of him. I would imagine you've heard of him.
Can you give me where's he been?
Hold on. Let me check. He was with so he spent 1 year in 2011 with the Rays, and then he spent 7 years with the Rangers, 1 with the Mets, 1 with Chicago, 1 with Boston, 1 with Houston.
Chicago Cubs.
Yes, sorry.
After the Cubs, where?
Baltimore.
Is he still in the league?
He's with Baltimore this year.
Who's Rutschman's backup?
Robinson Chirinos.
It is Robinson.
There you
Chirinos.
go. Yeah.
Yep.
Solid. Dude, he's on fire.
He is on fire. That's a whole lineup, right? You
Dude,
guys have the you guys have the lineup.
if I got a gun to my head and I need to name a team, that's the first person I'm calling.
Could you come up with the 5 pitchers? Well, there's actually 6 listed, but I'll give you 5.
Cole Hamels.
Cole Hamels was there, yes.
Yeah.
Giovanni Gallardo.
Yep, he was also there. He's like a major league encyclopedia.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, gun to my head, somebody says name the fucking 06 fucking Rays. Yeah, I'm calling him. Calling Chris right now.
I think I'm done there, though.
Anything with a closer?
Closer.
Well, I mean, for Chris,
No, I know. I was seeing if you guys would get it. Probably not.
We didn't trade. What's his name by then, right?
Diekman?
Diekman, was he there?
No.
Yeah, I got nothing. I just didn't.
Who was the other guy? Ken Giles? Was he there?
He was not there. No.
I think he was still here at that point.
And they traded him to Houston. But did he play for the Rangers, Giles?
Yeah,
I know they traded him to Houston.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Oh, Neftali Feliz. That was their closer, right?
No. Sean Tolleson?
No.
That was their closer. Do you guys want me to tell you the starters?
Yeah.
Colby Lewis, Nick Martinez, Wandy Rodriguez, Martin Perez.
Oh, Wandy Rodriguez.
So Gallardo and Hamels?
Gallardo and Hamels, yes.
Okay. And then who's in center?
Center was DeShields.
Oh, right. There we go. We got it.
Yep.
We got the
fielders.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll do one more. I'll do one more for you, and then we'll get out of here.
Let's go. Watch him do the 06 Rays.
I wasn't going to. Hold on. Where the hell? I just had the roster up. Hold on. Let's go with the 2012 Arizona Diamondbacks.
Jesus Christ.
They were pretty good that year. I think they were in the playoffs that year. Was Goldschmidt there?
Goldschmidt was there, yes.
Yeah.
They finished 3rd in the NL West, 81 and 81.
Was Ian Kennedy their number 1 starter?
I'm
trying to gauge where I'm at.
Ian Kennedy was their number 1 starter, yes.
That's why you go 81 and 81.
Uh,
Escobar?
Justin.
Escobar?
Hold on, you both say names.
Sorry.
I need one name.
Escobar? Was he a third?
Escobar, no.
Justin Upton.
Justin Upton was in right, yes.
This is.
This lineup's tough, I'm not going to lie. I just picked a random ass team before I looked at the lineup. This lineup's tough.
Aaron Hill at second.
Correct.
He had a cycle for me before.
Okay. However you need to do it.
Dude, this is Chris' show right now. I got nothing. The 2012 Diamondbacks.
This is going to be tough.
Yeah.
JJ Hardy, I don't know.
No.
I feel like that a white shortstop.
Patrick Corbin.
Hold on.
Robbie Ray?
Patrick Corbin was there. Who was that?
Robbie Ray?
Miley.
Wade Miley was there. Ray was not there. So you're missing 2 stars.
Archie Bradley?
No.
Really? He's not there yet?
Nope.
Gerardo Parra.
Was he third base?
No, he was not there. He was. He came off the bench that year.
I don't know this team.
Yeah, this is nuts.
Miguel Montero at catcher.
Yeah,
Paul Goldschmidt at first. Aaron Hill at second. Willie Bloomquist at short. Ryan Roberts at third.
Ryan Roberts.
Okay.
Ooh, I liked him in Baltimore. He was
Yeah,
great.
shortstop.
Jason Kubel at left. Chris Young center. Justin Upton right. And then the pitchers was Ian Kennedy, Trevor Cahill, Wade Miley, Joe Saunders, Patrick Corbin.
Was Skaggs on that team?
Skaggs. He was, yes. Yep.
He died, right?
Yep, he certainly did. He's should
I just remember. I just remember things.
Did he
Should
die?
I
Yeah, he
even-
certainly did.
He was on the Angels when he died, right?
Yeah,
he was, yeah.
Woo!
he certainly
should
did.
I should have been a little more sensitive there. Oh God. Rest in peace.
Certainly.
All right, I'm ready to get out of here. How about you
Yeah.
guys?
I'm good.
All right, sounds good. Well, yeah. Whereas again, if you're listening, like us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We're everywhere. I'm stalling here as I'm getting the outro queued up, ready to go. We're gonna get out of here, and we'll see you guys next Monday.